Hey guys, Dwayne here. I wanted to chat with you a little bit about being aware of where you're at in this process. And the problem is, when you're in the middle of it and you're really struggling with trying to figure out how to get through this, you have to be mindful of the fact that you're still in the middle of it, right? I mean, if you're still in the middle of court and you're still in the middle of a custody battle, and then you're struggling with how you're going to ever get through this and you feel like you're not, well, you got to realize that you're still stuck in the middle of this. You're still in having all those triggers, all those reminders, everything constantly happening to make it really tough. But you have to keep in mind that it's not going to be this way forever. At some point, you're going to get through the court battle. At some point, you're going to have a little bit of stability, and then you're going to be able to start getting distance from this person. But whenever you're in the middle of it and you're still preparing for court and you're still dealing with all those what ifs and checking the mail or getting the emails from your attorney for some new shenanigans or something that's happening, you have to keep everything in context or in perspective that you're not going to really be able to get over this while you're in the middle of it. I mean, it would be great if you can, and I think a lot of the tips and techniques that we talk about on this channel will help you, but you're gonna have to get through the stage that you're in now to move on to the next stage. I did a video a while back, I'll see if I can put a link up in the cards above, talking about the different stages of the divorce process and how you feel. And that's a lot about what I'm talking about, right? And you're not going to be able to move on to the different stages until you're able to make peace with where you're at and move forward. But a lot of that moving forward is after the court stuff is done. Now, however, I will say this: if you're in the midst of all this and you're still dealing with court, you actually have an advantage because you know everything before you finally put pen to paper. Unlike me, and there's a few of us out there that made our agreements, made our decisions, signed our decrees, and then now we're in a situation where we're dealing with it. You have the advantage that you get to take all this information, all this experience from these other people, and make sure you hedge your bets and try to set your situation up the best way possible. And the key with that is that right there is going to help things get better a lot faster when you do move on to the next level. See, the problem is for a lot of people like me, whenever you make those agreements and you're like, okay, things are going to get better, things are going to calm down, I think I know who I'm dealing with. Once you're finished and everything's signed, and then you realize that no, it's not going to get better, there's still going to be a pain, and you left too many things vague in your court order that now you have to deal with, it creates a whole nother level of problems. Now, I'm saying that because if you're right in the middle of this and you're struggling with it, you do have a significant advantage. It may not feel like it. You're still going to struggle and you're still going to be dealing with all those emotions and those emotional flashbacks and the CPTSD and all those different things, your kids being used as pawns and all that stuff, which is still going to continue after the court order is done. You really do have an opportunity to set a better baseline going forward, which is going to significantly limit the ability of your ex to create problems. Are they still going to create problems? Yeah, more than likely they are, because that's just the type of people they are. However, you're going to be able to put in those things in there, take out the vagueness in it so that you, at the end of the day, and this is what the goal is, right? The end of the day is having a court order to where whenever they're trying to create conflict and chaos, you can just say, let's just follow the court order, and that you're happy enough with what you've dealt with that you can live with it. My situation, I've done that too, and there are some things where I'm like, crap, I don't really like this, but you know what? It's easier just to say, let's follow the court order. If we don't need to discuss anything, we'll just follow the court order. And it adds stability into your life. So if you are in the beginning stages of this and you're still in the middle of court and you're still struggling, please realize this is not your future. This isn't going to define the rest of your life. Where you're feeling right now with that anxiety, the chaos, the trauma, and all those things, your life is not going to be like that forever going forward. Now, if you make certain decisions and you allow yourself to stay connected with your ex even post-divorce, it can make this process a lot longer, and it could basically roll it out a lot longer. You have to be really careful that you don't tie yourself emotionally, which is really, it's easier said than done, but tie yourself emotionally to your ex by being angry and bitter. You want to get that stability as quickly as possible. You want to incorporate hybrid no contact as quickly as possible. As soon as that starts working, then you want to basically absolute thinking, where you know what you're dealing with and you're rolling that back into the hybrid no contact. And then you start phasing out the phasing in the black hole thinking, where you just are trying to phase them out. I want one caveat on this. I was talking to someone the other day and they were saying, well, how do you black hole think when you're going through the beginning stages of a custody battle? You don't. I made other videos about that too. Black hole thinking is whenever you've already gotten through most of it, you have that court stability, so to speak, and as long as they're not doing something to your kids that's criminal or something that you would be calling the cops immediately on to have them involved, you have to make your peace with it. So on that, I wanted to throw that out there because I've seen some comments recently in the Discord where some folks are struggling with that. Wanted to just readdress this message. I know I do that every once in a while, and hopefully this makes sense and it can give a little bit of context with where you are and where you're going. So on that, I'm going to wrap this video up. If you want to get into the Discord, go to the main YouTube page on this channel, subscribe, and the link for the Discord invite is one of the icons on the far right and the top with all the list of icons. On that, I will chat with you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.